Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are continuing our streak of flying the different virtual airlines that I'm part of, and we're going to be flying today Fly UK, or specifically their Australian and New Zealand subsidiary, Topaz Sky. And we are doing a very short flight from Canberra to Sydney. So yeah, as you can see, a very short flight. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Canberra, isn't that the capital of Australia? Even though I guess Sydney is what people would probably answer when you ask what capital Australia has. Probably due to the fact that it's the most kind of noteworthy and largest city, and you do have the beautiful, is the Opera House somewhere here. Let's see if we can find it from above. I assume it's that one. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun flight. Short but sweet. And we are now at Canberra Airport, brought to us by Orbex. It's one of their older, or I was gonna say oldest scenery, but not sure about that, but it's one of their older sceneries for P3D, so it's maybe not the fanciest, but it's okay. Not sure what that sound is though. That sounds like something has gotten. I'm hearing this clicking noise. But oh well. Could be a multitude of things causing that, the broken sound file or something similar. But yeah, we're flying the FSLabs A320 today. Surprise, surprise. It's the only one they have available for P3D in terms of liveries, so that's why we fly it. I think they also use the ATR, but that's the 600 model, which isn't available for P3D. We only have the Coronado 500. The nice part about flying in Australia is I have the Terra color together with the Orbex regional land class, so we get really nice kind of land class at the bottom with everything covered and everything kind of crisp, and then once you're up in the air you get photoreal. The only sucky part about Australia, but specifically about Canberra, is I get the worst frame rates here. It's one of the worst airports. It's worse than Melbourne. It's really bad actually. It's like choppy, and I'm not sure why. Could be that it's inland, but yeah, it's just not the best. But yeah, enough talking. Let's get going. We'll enter the plane and start flying. And first things first, we want to get the boarding, etc. started. And we need some external power for that, so we're going to use the connection. We're going to request the GPU. We have the stairs already, but we haven't started the boarding. I think we can request chocks as well. Not sure why those weren't laid out. Okay, we should soon have the GPU, and we can connect that. Yeah, it's on its way. We can maybe go in a bit of a higher viewpoint. But while we wait, we can put on the batteries. And let's see, those will probably be drained relatively quickly. We can arm the emergency lights, the no smoking. Airplane with custom battery, and yeah, we know that they do have that. The question is, do we now have the GPU? I guess we now have it. So we can press here, connect it to the sim. The nice part with the FSLabs, you don't really need any sound pack, it just sounds good from the get-go. If we compare to the Tolis, we can do the pumps, the cruise supply, the ground control. and the nav lights and the strobe to auto. You can just jump out, make sure that those are on, which they are. There's not that many planes. We only have a max here. A lot of these are just statics, which I like in the sense that you can see this. Wouldn't surprise me if the broken sound comes from one of these, but yeah, it sucks in a way that they don't look that good, the static ones. No PBR, etc. We can put on our FMCs. I will control those through my Samsung tablet, or at least the left one. I think we can switch actually between them. It's a very good system that FSLabs has for the FMC. We're just gonna, yeah, there we go. Just gonna get it connected, and then I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. Let's see, I wanted to cover most of the screen. Good, on my little tablet. Since we already have an EFB here, we'll use this one for them. I just realized something. Did I actually... Let me check if I have Sydney as a... There's so many things I always remember, but if I have Sydney as an airport, or if I have the charts for the EFB. So let's see, it's the documentation for the file system. We might have it, but we definitely do not have it in the FSLabs EFB. So we're just gonna check quickly if we can find ISSY here. No, we have a few other ones, but not that one. So we're gonna search for the charts. Usually you can find it just because it's a very popular airport, and I was able to find it. All no, pretty new ones, 2025. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna save, and let's see, we got it there. We'll copy that and we'll put it in the documentation folder, and then what we'll do is we'll go to manuals and make sure that we have ISSY. So there we go. We have the airport. Okay, nav TCAS fault. Yes, that's because we haven't set it up properly yet. We can do the fire tests. Just making sure this aircraft is working as intended. I'll just check that one. And what we'll after that do is we'll go to the ATSU system, and we want to get kind of all the data we need for our flight. So we're just gonna do this initial data request. Get the data. So that's good. And now as we have the data, we can go to the OFP data. We just need to remove that. We do need to double check that these are aligned with the flight plan we did get from SimBrief, and I'm actually going to download the PDF. So we should have 4,700, so 4,800, that's fine. And a zero fuel of 56. Yes, all of this is aligned, so we can send that. I'll go to the menu again, and now we just gotta wait for the boarding. We got the first message here with the info on the slot notification. I probably should look into this more. Can probably be quite immersive once you have that set up properly, but I have not done so as of yet. And let's brighten these up. There we go. And as a next step, we will let me think, what do we need to do? We need to get the boarding. That's kind of the next logical step, but we also need to get the Skytrack app. So I'm gonna fetch the booking, And I'm gonna start the selected flight. We're on pre-flight on blocks. That's all correct. We got the load sheet now. Some variations, I guess, but generally looking good. So we can accept that. We'll return. I think we can also ask for the departure 80s. Doesn't hurt to get that. We can then go to the boarding. It looks good. We don't have any 80s information. I'm getting that a lot with this. That's a bit sucky. Not sure what's what's causing that. And we're gonna hear and request board now. And while we wait, I'm also gonna just set up the pack X one. Do you want to board crew? No, we don't need to board crew. We're probably already here, most of us at least. Let's see, in terms of our altitude, it's saying 17,000, but that seems super low. It's not a long flight. It's a very short flight actually. So maybe 17,000 is pretty okay. We're just gonna put in some random numbers and then we'll put in the A320. We'll do a bit less passengers. Will be Wi-Fi just to have the packets go a bit faster. You can change, of course, the boarding time in order to get it to kind of go in the speed you want it to go, but yeah, I'm fine with just tweaking the amount of passengers. Not the most important, the little lines. But for those where it is the most important, then yeah, you can tweak the kind of how long it takes, etc. Okay, second step is to check our flight plan, make sure it's aligned. We'll start with pilot to ADC, just because that's the ADC controlling system. We shouldn't have any SID, but that could change, right? So let's be aware of that. But we won't have any stars either. Ugh. Okay. Also very interesting. That could definitely change, I presume. We'll go for the ILS. We'll ask for a vector. Everything else seems correct though, so if we activate that approach, the question is how. But let's be open and mindful that we might actually get some SIDs and stars assigned to us by the ATC system, so we'll just have to be prepared for that. I'm gonna connect with pilot to ADC, and we should basically set up everything before we start climbing, just because it's such a short flight. It's better to have everything kind of prepared in advance. Oh, and that moved our camera a bit. Okay, let's see. We're in the 80s now.
Yankee. 9:30 local winds are 308 at 15 knots.
QNH.
Visibility 6 miles. Skies clear. Temperature 9, dew point 4. Current altimeter is 2988. Arriving and departing runway 35.
I think it's the metric one. Let's see if I...
9:30.
Okay, 2988.
Current
2988.
QNH is 1012.
1012.
Runway 35.
Yep, okay, good. We have that. 10.
Canberra Airport automated weather observation 9:30 local winds are 308 at 15 knots. Visibility 6 miles.
Okay, we have the 80s working, so we can listen to that if we want to. We will leave that for now. Did we get anything else? No other information, which means we can go to our init page. Make sure that these are aligned. All of these do look to be aligned with the input we have. So now we just need to get the zero fuel stuff, and we have the load sheet here, so we'll be able to, that's 29.1. So zero fuel of 5.6 with 9.1, and then the block fuel is 4.8. We have that data, and we have an active uplink. We have, oh yeah, trip wind. What's that gonna be? 273. Maybe we can put it as heading, right? I think you can change this. So we have not that much extra time, but a bit. Our alternate is to go back to Canberra. In terms of the weather, let me have a quick look if we're seeing anything. We have a jet stream kind of much higher, 34,000 feet, but going in our direction. We're basically gonna have a tailwind for most of the flight, so that's good. But no interesting, no CB warnings, etc. I think I can see though why this one is being a bit buggy, is it? Or is it just, maybe it's the shadow effects or something. I should have a look at that. Maybe I can disable something. Maybe it's the airport causing the drop in frame rates. Wouldn't surprise me. And but yeah, let's do the FMC first before we get too chatty. We do want to check if we get a SID. Skyways 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Okay, let's see if we're getting anything from ground.
Skyways 4003 is cleared to Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee. Fly the CB3
and we're gonna
departure,
fly a departure, so CB3.
Runway 35.
We're flying
Climb to
35,
feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
which is very close to where we are.
Departure on 124.5.
Okay, CB3 will insert
Squawk
that.
3064.
It's basically a manual, and then to CB, so that won't be.
Skyways 4003 is cleared to Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee Fly, the CB3 departure, then is filed. Climb to 9,000 feet
Yeah,
via the departure.
that seems fine.
Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Canberra departure on 124.5. Squawk
The only thing
3064.
I'm wondering is how,
Skyways
because we have CB.
4003 read back correct QNH is 1012. Let us know when you're ready for pushback.
And I'm actually gonna check, I think,
QNH is 101 to Skyways 4003.
because where is CB located? Is it that one or that one? That might be CB. So let me see though, quickly. I'm gonna check Canberra, and I wanted to check the SID. So Canberra 3. Track 353. So they just want us to go kind of straight in the CB Canberra 3 departure. So there's a pretty steep gradient, 6.8%, 34 or 3,400 feet. Okay, so nothing too, we can just kind of continue track 353. Okay, but good that we got the CB. We also got the squawk, which was 3064. We can put that to on. That as well, we'll wait with the rest. Try to do it the right way. parking brake is set. 9,000 feet. It's our assigned altitude. We can go to arc. Arc. I'll put the constraints on just so we know those. We can also start the APU, I would say. We then want to do the performance one. And the best way to do that is by checking through this one. Let's listen to the 80s.
Arriving and departing runway 35. Canberra Airport automated weather observation 9:30 local winds are 308 at 15 knots.
Yeah.
Visibility 6 miles. Skies clear. Temperature 9, dew point 4.
Yeah, all of this looks kind of correct. Even the takeoff weight we can just calculate immediately. And let's have a look here. So we're looking at 132, 132, 135. We're looking at flaps of 1 with basically up 0, 0 on the flap with a flex of 45. Yeah. Maintain runway track at CBVOR. Maintain runway track at CBVOR, so I guess that must be the VOR, right? Or is it that one? God. It must be... turn right and track 353, climb to MSA. Minimum sector altitude. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Well, you see, learning something new. This is the great thing about flight simming. You're always kind of learning. Specifically if you go into it with kind of no prior knowledge. Okay, we have the flap open, so we can start the APU. Put the beacon lights on. I think most of the boarding is done. We're gonna ask them to expedite. I'm gonna jump back in so we can hear our request.
We'll see what we can do. No promises.
I'm gonna put this to flight plan. And the thing we need to do now actually is prepare for the landing. And I'm just gonna use the destination weather. So I'm gonna put in the data. We just need to check the runway we're landing at. It's 34 left. 34 left. So 310 at 9. 112, 16 degrees, so a bit warmer. Aircon on. Yeah, none of the reverses are in up, I guess. No system. Actual landing weight, I guess that makes sense. 132 BAP. Yeah, let's see if we get that here on the approach. Basically, this is gonna be the same. Yeah, a bit warmer. What was it, like 310? Let's have a look here. 310 at 9er. Could of course change. Let's hope it doesn't. And the one thing we do need to check here is of course the approach plate. So that's the RNAV. I guess they start usually with the GLS, right? That should be the... we're looking for 34 left. Actually, it's probably not GLS. Let's continue scrolling down. Here we go, ILS. ILS or localizer page 1. Interesting, so there's probably a page 2. Yeah, 110 minimums at ILS is gonna be 220, so that's the barrow. So we have that. Anything specific? 320 is the course after a missed approach, so turn left. So first 335 at 500 feet, turn left, climb. So I guess if you're above that, you'll immediately track 320. Okay, let's have a look at the A cars. Packs. Fuel in tanks. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, we are basically ready. Unless I'm missing some step, we're on pre-flight. Let's check the Fly UK Skytrack, that's looking good as well. We do have the APU connected. We can disconnect that one in the meantime. Seatbelt signs can go on. If we look at connections, we still have some of the doors open. Is that an indication that the boarding is completed, so we don't need to do anything there. Okay, I'm hoping we'll get the GPU disconnected. I'm gonna put this on as well, or we can wait maybe a bit with that. Let's ask for pushback actually. Skyways 4003, ready for pushback.
Skyways 4003 pushback approved. Pushback approved Skyways 4003.
And I think I mentioned this during all the videos flying top of sky, but I really like this livery. It's very kind of good looking, kind of different take. I could really see this being a true airline livery. Even though maybe it's a bit camouflaged when it's up in the sky, but oh well. Okay, so departure clearance has been requested. Is there anything we are missing that we should do? Still have some doors open. So I do wonder if we should maybe close those. Get those stairs away. Virgin Australia, or courtesy by Virgin Australia. Our joystick seems to be working, so that's good. We'll have terrain radar on the right one, I think. Bypass pin inserted. I can keep a normal pack flow. Shouldn't be any issues. We can move these out of the way. Shocks have been removed. Now we're getting the pushback now. Now the question is, where do we want to face? And I would say we want to face left. So let's see what they give us in terms of options. Let's make sure these ones are, yeah, fastened. Anything else in terms of engines?
We can take a departure from Gulf into wind.
Okay. We wanna do nose right, tail left. Oh, sorry. We wanna do this. Is the problem. I probably went with these. So we wanna have the nose left and tail right. And are we ready? It does feel like we are. let's start with this viewpoint as the exterior one. We'll release parking brakes. And we're gonna start engine start engine 1 as the first engine to get going. Oh no, where are they taking us? Okay. Maybe we can keep this viewpoint actually. Okay, we're starting engine 1 first. Let's have a look at the sky track. Yeah, we're kind of on time. Delayed by about 3-4 minutes. You can hear the engine starting and see it's spooling up. We have really bad FPS here at Canberra. We're looking at 22 FPS. But not, at least we're now at pre-flight taxi. Skyways 4003, ready to taxi.
Skyways 4003 runway tree 5. Taxi via taxiways Charlie, Bravo, Papa. Hold short runway tree 5.
Okay, parking brake set.
Runway tree 5. Taxi via taxiways Charlie, Bravo, Papa. Hold short runway tree 5 Skyways 4003.
Okay, and they are now disconnecting. Or she is, the tug driver. Okay, we only need to go up to 17,000 feet, so it's not a long flight. The right engine is starting, or the second engine. I guess the US is visiting. Is that the Max I'm gonna presume? Royal Australian Air Force? Yeah, looks like that's it. And there's another 737. I'm gonna assume that's an 800. That engine just looks wrong though. Maybe it's me. I don't feel like that looks like an the correct engine type. It just looks weird. Maybe they look like that on the 800. Okay, we have both engines started, so that's good news. We can go to normal. I'm gonna do taxi lights and runway turn off lights. We're gonna turn off the APU bleed and the APU master. It's a short flight, so technically we wouldn't probably need to turn them off, but we'll do it anyway. Everything is clear down here, so that's good. We're gonna do the chrono. And we can keep this on the charts for our arrival. Anything else we need to do? We got taxi clearance, just a straight taxi. We need to get the weather radar on. We can release the parking brake. We need to set the flaps. Flap 1. Make sure that these ones are on without any trim. So no trim. Let's check that our tiller is working as intended. Yeah, it seems to be working. And we're now taxiing towards the runway. Much better frames when we're directed, or when our view is towards this direction. Maybe because it's mainly forest. Spoilers need to be armed. And we need to do the takeoff config test. Okay, and let's turn here.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
Cabin is ready for takeoff. So that's good. That's looking good. Let's add a bit of thrust. Here we have some more static ones. Some building. I'm gonna assume that building project has probably been ready for the last 10 years. There's probably been more changes to this airport since then. At least according to the photo from Pilot 2DC, it looks done. I wonder if there's been more changes. Doesn't look like there's been too many though. So I guess that's good. Always nice to know that you're not flying in a totally different airport compared to what it looks like now. Okay, we need to add more thrust. Let's listen to the cabin. Okay, we can reset that. Why aren't we taxiing faster? It feels a bit weird. We have kind of added quite a bit of thrust, but it feels like something is... Let me check flight controls as well. Yeah, these are all working as intended within the confines of the sim. The joystick is working as intended. A bit of a delay, but pretty good generally speaking. Okay, and we're just gonna taxi down. Hopefully we get the tower handover and then we can get going. The only thing we need to make sure with the FSLabs is that we get the right D10, so we want to be in the flex one, and that we don't get a, what would you call it, a discrepancy between the two throttles. In order to help with our workload, we are gonna go on takeoff lights and run landing lights already, just to have that prepped. And then we are, yeah, not much more. We're gonna brake a bit. We don't want to go faster than 30 knots. Okay, it's looking
Skyways
good.
4003, contact Canberra Tower on 118.7.
Tower on 118.7 Skyways 4003.
We got the tower handover. That's good. Skyways 4003 ready for takeoff. Skyways 4003 ready for takeoff. Why is it not catching?
Pushback approved Skyways 4003.
I'm gonna have my co-pilot do that.
Tower Skyways 4003 ready for departure.
Skyways 4003.
Okay, so that's good.
308 at 15 knots. Runway tree 5 cleared for takeoff squawk 3064.
Okay, a bit of wind, but nothing
Runway
too
tree
bad.
5 cleared for takeoff. Squawking 306 for Skyways 400.
I can put that on so it's ready. Anything else we need to do? Don't think so. We're basically kind of ready to go. Just gonna turn here nicely. Okay, on runway 35, let's get going. Let's just make sure that we have the SRS on the runway. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. We can stop pushing down with the joystick. Rotate. Okay, positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. I'm just gonna climb a bit more.
Skyways 4003, turn right to heading 105. Then direct to Canberra.
Okay, so
Turn
105.
right to heading 105. Then direct to Canberra. Skyways 4003.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go to lever climb.
And maintain flight level 130, contact Canberra departure on 125.9.
Climb and maintain flight level 130 departure.
Technically, we should be going direct to CB based on what they told us, but that doesn't make sense with the departure. So we're just gonna continue.
4003, climbing to flight level 130.
Climbing as is. We'll say goodbye to Canberra.
4003, good morning.
I'm gonna put up to 170 already, just so we have that. We can shut these ones. And we can actually be very quick with the... Or let's maybe wait a bit with the seatbelt sign.
Skyways 4003, climb and maintain flight level 170, contact Melbourne Center on 133.15.
I can already see it change into photoreal.
Level 170 center on 133.15 Skyways 400.
Okay, it's only 160 nautical miles till we're supposed to be landing, so let's see how it's gonna go.
Center Skyways 400.
I can keep the spoilers armed and not brake on medium.
Flight level 170.
Skyways 4003, good morning.
Yeah, looking good. I really like kind of Orbex in certain, since it looks just very crisp on the ground. So it's nice to fly low. It's even better than True Earth in that regard. You can see kind of the changes now as it's going to photoreal. Here I think most is already maybe photoreal, so that's why we don't see the big noticeable change. Let's go to standard on this one. Okay, we're above 10,000. I'll do the landing lights off. We're still flying manually, because why not? Doing a bit of a wing salute, back and forth. Okay, we can climb a bit less fast. It's only 26 minutes, but it should go down to around 20, considering the increased Mach speed as we get higher up, or the increased speed in general. This is a very short flight. It was a long time ago since I did this sort of a flight, but it's very nice. Okay, we're in flight now, so that's good. I already used quite a bit of fuel. We're nothing too crazy. Let's have a look outside. Here you'll see what I'm talking about. So here we can definitely see that this is still land class, while here we're talking photoreal. So that's the only downside, right? If you're flying low like this, you'll notice the difference from certain
4003
angles.
Contact Melbourne Center on 119.5.
Okay, we're now at 22 minutes.
On 119.5 skyways, 400.
We might get up to 0.7 if we're lucky. But let's see. Our top of descent is, well, 40 nautical miles. It's not a long time to go. We are flying a bit faster than intended.
To flight level 170.
Skyways 4003, good morning.
Okay, and we're above the cloud layer, so that's nice. Sometimes I do want to change the volumetric cloud just to get the FPS increase, but you just can't beat the kind of weather themes that you get with this one. It's just much more realistic. Even though the clouds are a bit too bright, so I might want to change that with NVIDIA or NVShade, whatever it's called. Okay, let's see. I'm actually gonna put the autopilot in command now. And let's see, so we're flying. Yeah, all of this looks correct. We're gonna be turning. I'm gonna take the picture, I think, with this turn. Looked pretty nice.
Skyways 4003, expect vectors to the ILS approach to runway 34 left at Kingsford Smith Airport. Descend and maintain flight level 120.
Okay, that's very interesting. So Tessat is our last waypoint, but we're supposed to have vectors to the ILS approach to runway 34 left. Descend and maintain flight level 120 skyways. Oh, but I guess that's where the airport is, right? We're just very close. Okay, expect descend and maintain flight level 120. So we're already getting the clearance to start descending. So let's see if we can start doing that. Now we're already slowing down a bit. We only have 120 nautical miles to go, which is quite a bit. So I'm a bit surprised we're starting to descend. But okay, not the end of the world. Okay, so 120. Anything else we need to do? Yeah, that was quick. We basically got up and now we're going down. But yeah, the frames are doing much better now. Much more of an enjoyment to fly. With the beautiful FSLabs A320. Maybe not up to par with the current Microsoft Flight Sim in terms of visually, but definitely in terms of systems. And I do love the P3D kind of whole system, ecosystem. I know some people don't, but I kind of like it. Let's see. We're gonna go full screen. The problem is that you get all of these weird written things sometimes with these inputs. So we're gonna remove that. One thing we can do though is we can, sorry, not departure. Arrival. We know we're doing the ILS to 34 left. We are not flying a star. And no via. So
So let's see how it's suggesting we fly. Yeah, it's just gonna be a discontinuity, that's fine. I'm just gonna check if we need to update anything here on the approach. Nothing yet. We'll do the landing systems. We know the same, or at least when we checked before we departed, it was the same altimeter. So that should be fine. One thing I'm wondering about cloud layers, but it does look pretty good, and we can have a look at our flight plan actually here. So we don't need to do the runway analysis, but here, the airport. Yeah, all looks pretty good. So a lot of obstacle cranes. Fire and rescue. Okay. Good. We are once again gonna be flying into the clouds. Less than 100 nautical miles to go. So I'm gonna leave the EFB on the side. You can see that it looks pretty okay. Do we have any sort of clearance issues? And I'm gonna change this to the hand tool. Oh, sorry, here's the zoom in feature. So, looks pretty okay. Few tops here and there. Elevation 14, so it's quite low, almost at water level, which makes sense. And here we can see beautiful Strea. It's very nice actually. I really like how they get the ground. I still think from these higher points of views it's rivaling Microsoft Flight Sim. Not when you get down close, but maybe this sort of combination of Orbex and P3D kind of rivals it. But that's about the only one I can think of, or the only combination I can think of that rivals it. Maybe True Earth, if it was a bit better on the ground, it would rival it as well. 1012. 6,500 feet. Okay, we'll descend to that. So we'll descend. Actually, I'm gonna go and check AvSim. It was a while since I did. If there's anything interesting that's being talked about. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else. So we shouldn't be on stand, or should we? Let's see what is there a transition altitude, or how does it work in Australia? Well, maybe we can just change to, it doesn't really matter, it's kind of close. I guess in the real world it would matter, but not here. We have nothing interesting on AvSim, unfortunately. Yeah, this looks very beautiful actually. Not gonna complain. The only sucky part is when you fly this slow, you can kind of notice the land class thing clipping a bit, so that's a bit annoying. But apart from that, it works quite well. Okay, but nothing on the Microsoft Flight Sim AvSim forum. The problem is that we're kind of in this middle point where people are still on MS on Microsoft Flight Sim 20, but a lot of them are moving to 24, so it's a bit hard. Or maybe not a bit hard, but a bit kind of a weird time. Okay, we're gonna add the landing lights. This we're below 10,000. Noticing a bit of turbulence. Could that be due to the hills we're flying around? Potentially. It does mesh kind of well, which kind of shows that the land class, when it's done by Orbex, is not that far off from reality. Just a bit different. I really like the haze effects on P3D version 5. I know version 4 doesn't have the same, or not as good. Version 5 does it really well. But okay, nothing interesting. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, I was just reading AvSim, just a lot of garbage discussions, nothing interesting. Basically because all the planes are being developed by someone nowadays, which is great to see. And which is of course the reason why I don't see it as problematic that people that wants to get into Flight Sim would start with Microsoft Flight Sim, because you just have everything there now. So it's, you know, you're gonna, and if you wanna dip your toes into something new, you can do that. I do hope though X-Plane gets some some more development. Because I think they've soon covered most of the Airbuses. That's going to be all TOLIS. And then the question is, what do you have after that, right? The Boeings. Flight Factor will cover a lot of those, apart from the 747 and maybe, well, I guess the 737. Well, there you have the SIBO already. Level up. You have the IXEG. So I guess the Boeings will also be covered, and they're kind of covered already. I'm trying to think that the 787 is maybe the only one missing a really good version. Okay, 717 technically, right? But yeah, apart from that, it's all also in X-planes all looking like the Boeings and Airbuses are going to be covered. Maybe an A3, I guess an A330 CO and A340-300 would be kind of nice to see from TOLIS. What altitude do they want us? 3000 for the descent. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. We can start to see it loading. It's a lot to load around this area, right? So it's a bit kind of coming in the distance, but at least it's loading in. Trying to think what else X-plane has. They have most of the McDonnell Douglas. Not DC-9 though, DC-8.
Skyways 4003
So yeah, there's some.
Sydney approach on 135.9er.
There's some potentials.
Approach on 135.9er Skyways 4003.
What was the WAP 132, something like that, right? And now we again have those.
Approach Skyways 4003, descending to 6,500.
133.
Skyways 4003, good morning.
Are we gonna get any vectoring at all today? I do hope so, but so far, so quiet. I'm thinking about the modern ones. It's basically the MD-90 and 717 are the odd ones out both in X-plane and in Microsoft Flight Sim. At least you have a 717 in P3D, but not an MD-90. Okay, now we're seeing the nice Orbix textures, looking very good. So basically, you already have all the Fokkers, apart from the Fokker 50, I think, in Microsoft Flight Sim. So you have a really good freeware one for the turboprop, the Fokker 27, I think, or is it 28? 27, because 28 is the fellowship.
Skyways 4003,
now, let's see.
turn right to heading 190 vectors to the ILS
190.
approach for runway 34 left at Kingsford Smith Airport. Descend and maintain 3,600 feet.
Okay, we're gonna turn.
Turn right to heading 190 vectors to the ILS approach for runway tree 4 left descend and maintain 3,600 feet Skyways 4003.
Okay, we're gonna start descending. Anything in terms of our speed? I would say we wanna go a bit slower than we're going now. Okay, we're gonna descend. And look at this. I really like Sydney. It looks really good in P3D. Well done, Orbix. Well done. The harbor area, it's just very lifelike. Not that I've been here in real life. I want to go at some point, but it's a long flight. Okay, so 190. Sorry, 3,600 feet is what they gave us. A bit of an odd one, but I guess they want us to go and then kind of come around. So we're basically turning quite a long way around. I'm gonna slow down even more. Hopefully that will give ADC some more time to prep. I'm gonna put on the lights. I know it's early for that, but just to not forget it. Check that we have the speed brake still armed. This can go on below. We'll need to do the flaps, but let's see. Actually, one aircraft that's missing is like the old 707. You don't see that actually in any sim. Maybe the old FSX with the Captain Sim one, which I do have. So, should probably fly that at some point. Okay, let's see. We are flying over the coast. Still no more.
Skyways
let's see.
4003, turn left to heading 160.
160.
Heading 160 Skyways 4003.
Maybe we can do a bit of an announcement, just letting the passengers know we're descending, etc. Pretty sure they know that already, but better safe than sorry. Do we have a lot of aircrafts here? Quite a bit, actually. Okay, 160.
Skyways 4003, turn left to heading 155.
155.
Turn left to heading 155 Skyways.
Okay, now we're going kind of parallel.
Skyways 4003, turn right to heading 165.
Where are they putting us? They must have us turn in sooner rather than later, I hope. But they are vectoring us at least. Yeah, we can keep those a bit colder. Cabin heat. 16 degrees though, that's not that warm.
Skyways 4003, turn left to heading 060.
Turn left to heading 060 Skyways 4003.
0. Very good vectoring though, in the sense that we usually don't get this.
4003 heading is 360. You are 16 nautical miles south of the airport.
360.
Fly heading 360 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 34 left. Contact Sydney Tower on 119.45.
Look at that water. It looks beautiful.
Cleared for ILS approach to runway 34 left. Tower on 119.45.
I really like how you can see kind of the reflections. I don't think the water is that bad. Of course it helps to have the NVTEX. Does make it look a lot better.
Tower Skyways 4003 in
Maybe a bit too much shadow showing. Or reflections, I guess.
4003, good morning. Continue ILS to runway 34 left call when established on final.
Continue ILS runway.
Okay, let's get to the Sochi waypoint. Did we get any further input? Just to call when on final, I guess. What speed do they want us here? 230. So we are kind of doing what we should be. What we should be flying. It's a very clear day, so that's very nice to see. Basically, we should be able to do everything kind of manually. Very nice with the vectoring. Let's hope we don't botch the landing now. I don't think there is a specific requirement to fly UK though, so there's some some benefits in that regard. Okay, we are gonna take control over the throttles already. It's fine if we lose a bit of speed, because we do want to start descending, so I'm actually going to slow down a bit more. And I'm going to go to flaps. Flaps 1. let's see, we want to really slow down to a treat. So I'm gonna put this actually on the VAP speed, so we remember that. 133. Still slowing down, but not that fast. Could slow down faster. Okay, let's see. I'm also gonna go manual already. So very early for my standards. But it's time. Flaps 2. We are descending now. Time to lower the gear as well. Once again, maybe a bit early, but oh, and we did get a bit of lift there, I think, with setting the flaps. Let's go flaps 3 already. Can wait a bit with flaps. Okay, let's see, we want to get on the localizer. You can see the runway, so that's a nice sign. I'll add a bit of thrust. Bye bye. Skyways 4003 established on final.
Skyways 4003 winds are 317 and 8 knots. Cleared to land runway tree 4 left.
Now we have
Clear to land runway.
drifted a bit to the right.
Skyways 4003.
Gonna add a bit more. We have a bit of a differential thrust. So I'm gonna increase the right thrust a bit. We really need to fly into the wind. Gonna add more and more thrust. Let's see, we're starting to get back on the center line slowly and surely. It's about time to go flaps full. We're also gonna increase the thrust a bit simultaneously, and I'm gonna descend. I can see the runway lights there, that's good. Now we really need to descend, I realized. Let's see if we can remedy this situation. We don't want to end up coming in high. Okay, we're starting to get back on the diamond. Let's see if the weather is... because we'll have to crab to the right if this continues. Okay, I'm gonna continue slowing down a bit. No need to push this too much. Okay, let's see, we are still maintaining. Now it's almost a direct headwind, so that's a good sign. We won't need to crab as much, or maybe not at all. Okay, we're a bit low now, so I'm gonna try to keep us from sinking lower. We are losing speed. There we had a takeoff, leaving it quite tight there. We're drifting a bit to the right and a bit low. Gonna add a bit of thrust just to make sure we don't go too much lower. We'll definitely need to crab a bit to the right, I feel like. 400. 300. Okay, let's see if we can do this. 200. 100.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard, retard.
Singapore 236.
Okay, we did it. Not too much of a crab. Ooh, we are deselling. And that airplane just decided to say, hallelujah, we're just gonna go straight. Oh, but we were able to stop in time, avoiding a collision, saving all our passengers' lives.
The local time is 11:31 a.m. and it's currently about
Okay, that's good.
degrees Celsius.
And we were able to stop really quickly, which I guess was necessary when this Jetstar was, oh, what is it? Is it Jetstar? I think it's Jetstar, right? Decided to go a bit rogue. But yeah, okay, very nice landing. We're now on post-flight taxi. I really look forward to seeing what the landing rate was. That was one of my best landings with the FSLabs. Okay, we're seeing a lot of traffic, A350s. A lot of the Chinese ones taking off. The question is, where do we park? What's the apron chart saying? And actually, let's not forget to do the master APU.
Velocity 374, tower converging traffic with a F70, 8 mile
I
final
think it's
runway
this one to the right, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken though, so do keep that in mind. And there we have some Top of Sky buddies.
Skyways 4003, contact Sydney ground on 126.5.
Ground on 126.5 Skyways, 4003.
And let's actually check. I'm not sure where we have it actually. Skyways 4003, ready to taxi.
Skyways 4003 taxi to Gate Tree 7 via taxiways Bravo 9er. Bravo Golf, hold short runways 2516 right.
Okay, I'm gonna assume this one has opened up. The
Taxi
flap
to
is
Gate
open,
Tree
so we'll
7
start.
via taxiways Bravo 9er. Bravo Golf, hold short runways 25.
Okay, they want us to
16
taxi a
right
bit
Skyways
different.
4003.
I think we should actually go to this one. I think this is the non-international one. Could be mistaken though. Not gonna lie, it's possible. But okay, maybe it's fine to taxi over there. Let's just do what the ATC tells us to do. They are the ones in command. So we'll turn here. The APU is almost up and running. It's available, so we can put on the bleed, because that's automatic, so we don't have the engine bleeds. We wouldn't have to turn them off, in other words. We are gonna be crossing a runway, so maybe it's time to put on the landing lights. Specifically since this seems to be an active runway. Oh, a nice 787.
Skyways 4003 cross runway 25.
Okay, we got clearance to cross.
Clear to cross runway 25 Skyways, 4003.
We can turn off the weather radars, flight directors, landing systems. Please turn, don't go straight into me. Turn. Or wait. Yeah, you can wait there. Please wait. Let me turn here first. I think this is a Metro Air one. Look at that beauty. Yeah, I've got to avoid a collision here. We'll barely be able to do that. Let's see, they want us to taxi to gate 37. Yeah, I think it's there. Did we get any further? Hold 16 right. We haven't gotten any clearance to cross. Okay, let's do this.
Ground Skyways 4003 waiting to cross runway 16.
Skyways 4003 cleared to cross runway 16 right.
Ah, so they'd see worked perfectly until this last cross. Could have been worse. Could have been worse though. What is that? Does Atlantic Sky fly here? Seagull. They're majestic. An A330. That's interesting.
Ground will be 778, Bay 18, ready for pushback. 6778 going great, pushback approved, tail south. Pushback approved, tail
Oh, I think it's the yard assign they have. Yeah, yard assign. That's sucky. They do at least have the Tolis A340, so that's gonna be nice. I think Atlantic Sun is the only one of my, apart from Walker, who has basically every aircraft that has the A340. Okay, let's see. We are supposed to taxi here and park. Isn't it that one, or am I? Oh, what am I missing here? What am I missing? It's... No, it's this one. Yeah, so that's correct. 37. Good. Let's turn here. One thing I just realized, I shouldn't have been clicking too much on the EFB, since I've had crashes with that before. Since we had to kind of brake like crazy, we also got the brake fans stating that the brakes are hot. So we should probably have used that. 37, it's here. Before we turn in, we can turn off some of these so we don't blind the people on the ground. And then we can start our turn. But yeah, overall a very good flight, this one. I've been positively pleased. The FSLabs never disappoints. That's of course the one that should get the most cred. It is a great aircraft. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we need to turn a bit to the right to kind of get on the center line, and we need to turn a bit more, I think. Probably a bit. Now, okay, we're looking pretty okay. The question is, when do they want us to stop? 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. There we go. We have landed finally. Hey, almost exactly where we should be. A3. No, sorry, A330. That's where we should be. Goddamn. Close enough though. We'll take that win. Let's shut the seatbelt signs. I'm gonna close pilot to ADC. Let's see what we get in terms of landing rates. We're post-flight on the blocks now, so that's good. I think we can stop the recording. Just quickly gonna check if we can get the pack X1. I think we might need to open a door. So I'm just quickly gonna open the forward door just to see if that will help kickstart this one. But I'm gonna stop the recording. Complete flight was detected. We can submit that. Hopefully it gets approved. Let's check if we can see anything on terms of the landing rate or similar. I don't think Fly UK records that, which I think is pretty okay. So my crew page, my last flight, yeah, really no info. Okay, we've done a little couple of flights, that's nice. And now it does sound like we are deboarding, so we're gonna end flight 255. Very nice, very satisfied passengers as well. Well, look at that. Raving reviews. One thing we just gotta do before we watch the replay and close the shop for today is close that front door. And yeah, this is the Orbex Sydney. Very nice scenery. I'm a big fan of it. You can even see the McDonald's sign there, that's very cool. Okay, well let's have a look. It's probably gonna, we probably have to go back quite a bit with the replay length. Yeah, as you can see, we have to go back quite a bit. But look at this, it's very nice, the scenery. I specifically like Sydney for the same reason why I like San Francisco, just because you're kind of landing on these. I'm gonna assume at least the Sydney one, but I'm probably pretty certain that San Francisco also, it's like these man-made islands. It's just very kind of cool. Sucks though that we can't see really the flaps etc. being down. I really like Sydney though, in the sense that it really looks like true Earth, if not even better. Maybe even better actually, because it's just very crisp. It's like the cityscape, and those usually look very good. Okay, let's see, we are coming down here for our landing. It was a very good approach, apart from us being a bit high at the end. We didn't crab enough though, so that was maybe my... should have crabbed a bit more. Well, we did kind of just before we got the nose down, so that's I guess something. But I need to get that rudder. It's always the rudder that I sometimes forget here at the kind of end. And then we have to stop very early because of the Jetstar coming out here. Otherwise I think I would have preferred going down a bit longer. But yeah, why is it paused? There we go. No longer paused. But yeah, that was about it. Lovely flight from Canberra to Sydney. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, until next time, let's see what I'll fly next. Bye bye.